Welcome to the bonus episode with Shannan Hale. Super excited to have her here. We were just talking backstage about prioritizing rest and how when we prioritize it, it's when we really magnetize people to us. And then Shannon was sharing how she just creates alignment with her team around this is how what this looks like. And it really points to we're both human design 5-1s. That's how we met. Human design for the win. But it really points to as well of getting alignment with your team, making clear expectations, and honoring your inconsistent willpower. I imagine you have an open heart center. I can't remember.
I do believe I do. Yes. Wait,
Yeah.
right under the throat. Is that right under the throat one? I think it
Right
is.
under the throat is the G, and then there's the sacral, and like to the right of that is a little heart center. And that's just inconsistent willpower. And I just coached on this morning, so I think this is really relevant, is 67% of us are designed to have inconsistent willpower.
Mm.
And that doesn't, so for me, I have a little sticky note here that says honor your inconsistent willpower.
Oh,
And when I am feeling squirrely or inconsistent, I go to the dog park. I'm not doing anything in front of my computer anyways. I go out where the people are, or I go lay in my bed.
yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about, what does it mean when you say you magnetize people in your rest, and like, how are you honoring your inconsistent willpower?
Yeah, like you said, this past week was definitely a practice of that where I had been busy doing a lot of events. I had my own event, and then I had to, work a couple of events here in Austin for South by. And I literally just crashed. And I began to have that negative self-talk of like, oh, why are you so tired? Like, what did you really do everything you're supposed to do? And then I realized I needed to rest and I needed to shut down from the world because I was having all of these, negative self talk. And so, what it looked like for me is literally just laying in my bed and resting and honoring that, like, I was tired and like I had no willpower to do anything. And that was okay. And it was like, how can I? And so I had to let my team know that as well. Like, this is how I operate. Please, please, please give me grace, but also know that when I rest, like things magnetize to me. Like after 2.5 days of rest, I literally started getting pinged for like speaking opportunities, like things that I had dreamed of kind of doing that are like coming my way. People wanted to work with me or people interested in the programs that I'm offering. And it just was another reminder to me that like when I rest, that's when I magnetize, right? I think that whenever I'm doing and performing and doing work at these events and all this stuff, it's like that's when it's happening. And it is. There's some ripple effect from that too. But for me, it's like that rest. And I'm talking like resting, like shutting down and laying in my bed, maybe working, but not really, is when like things really do come to me. I don't have to force it. I don't have to be forcing, my programs or my events or doing that. It's like it's coming to me when I rest and I honor that.
Yeah, there's a lot of joy in rest. And I look forward to you as you keep progressing. I don't have those. I had those same negative self-talks as well. I don't have those anymore. And I knew that I had a 3-hour block yesterday where I had things I wanted to get done. And I also knew that I just wanted to lay on the couch right now and I really wanted to rest. One of my strengths is prioritizing rest. Uh, and I think that does speak to the importance of the manifesting, as you say, or like allowing the seeds that you've planted to grow.
Mm.
And resting brings me joy. That's why I prioritize it. Even if that rest, I did do the dog park as well. I did the dog park and then I did I said it. He's okay. Uh, and for me, that did not look like checking off things on my list. But I took care of the important things on that list.
Mm.
And I love that you tell your team that. And I coach all day on like getting alignment with your team and letting people know how you operate best. And it starts with yourself, right? Like you have to get alignment with yourself and like just accept this is how I work. And then this is what it looks like.
Oh, I love that. And so tell me again, Katie, how do you like the negative self-talk? How does that like you said that you don't have that as much anymore
No, I don't have it at all
because
because
you need to go to the dog park. You already know all the things that you need to do in order to get to not go there.
so I do 3 by 3 by 3. I've got 3 goals a quarter. I've got 3
Okay.
goals a week and I have 3 goals a day. And that doesn't mean I only do 3 goals a day. I have a list of things that also need to be done that get thrown on there. But those 3 goals are my small chips that create a pile. And that pile creates like my taxes being finished on time. Right. And so if willpower is inconsistent, but I need to email this person to get something that's crucial to my goal that day, then I'm going to send that email, and then I'm going to honor my inconsistent willpower. So it's almost like I reward myself with giving myself the rest.
Yeah.
But it holds my focus. So there's no negative self-talk. It's just an option. And I'm opting right now to not do anything that I would love to get done that would move, my I should upload more podcasts. So it's the shoulds, right? I should do all of these things. And that's the conversation I have in my head. What should I be doing? I should be doing these things. What do I want to do right now? Like, what brings me joy? I'm a generator, so I'm designed to have joy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I did that, because I did not realize how slammed my Wednesday was today. And I didn't realize, you know what? I think that my subconscious intuition did. I am slammed Thursday as well. And my dad arrives and coming next week, right? So I really appreciate that I did that, because I also work this Saturday. I work 2 Saturdays a month because I support principals, and I don't think they should work. I think coaching is, if you're a Monday through Friday, like forward energy person, like coaching should be the weekend, and it should be your best like hour of your week. So I'm glad that so I just made the choice. I don't have the conversation with myself. I'm aware of what I should do. So I'm aware.
Yeah.
And then I just do the thing that brings me joy. And now I'm getting through my day probably as a result.
Yes, I love it. I'm taking notes, girl.
Oh, I love that. So 5-1s, we're always learning from each other. That's my favorite part of being able to hop on bonus episodes. And I want to learn a little bit more on this episode too about share what South by Southwest is, because I'll be honest, I had to look it up. Like, I hear people talk about it all the time, and I was always too embarrassed to just be like, what the hell is that? So I know of it.
Yeah. It's an annual thing. It's an annual like tech music, not really festival. I mean, because it's not like this big hurrah, but it's like a different location. So I'm even learning more about it too, because it evolves every year. But basically the first part of it is about like movies and people who like, and it used to be more about like indie people, like people who are up and coming, or you didn't see a lot of like mainstream people, but now it's like all the celebrities are here. But yeah, at first it's movies, then it goes into tech, and then it goes into music. So there's just so many opportunities to network with people, like up and coming startups, to work with different brands. Like I was just helping to partner with some brands and help promote their what they have coming up. So that was super amazing. It's just a great place to be in. Like I'm a connector. So I love being out there and connecting with people, and we have people from all over the country that come in, and they're just like, everyone's just like so eager, and they love being here. And so it's just a great energy to be in, and to work if you want, or to network, or just enjoy all the different outings and things that they have set up all over the Austin. I mean, there's probably like 50 events that you could like go to numerously. We're out throughout the city. And then you have to have a badge. Some people have to have a badge, so like a platinum badge, and all these different badges, but there's also free options. So there's unofficial, and then there's official South by stuff. But I highly recommend you come out here next year, Katie.
So I'm done. I have a girlfriend that's prepping someone for presentation in Australia's South by Southwest. And so that's why, and have I asked her what it is? No,
Yeah.
Because God forbid I don't know something. And like in my head, I'm just like, oh, I'll research that. Like, do I really need to show my cards about how I don't know something?
Right.
I think that's my default. So I love that what started out as a very indie up and coming, like, it's nice that they honor the free option, but it's unofficial.
Yeah.
I want to call that out for South by Southwest in case they want to, send me a free badge next year, because I like to be a part of that up and coming indie.
Yeah.
And so, yes, I'm totally in. Now, how much does an event like that cost?
Yeah. So like the platinum badges, you're talking about $2,000, you know what I mean? Like, and there's different levels, but let's just say between like $800, I want to say, to $2,500. But I'm sure there's ways that you can come somehow, like, there's ways to work around that. It's good to know people. So, but again, there is the unofficial stuff that also these free events that are also just as like amazing. I think they are, that you can take part in.
Love it. I love that you're going to become a spokesperson for South by Southwest because this bonus episode is going to come
Because
out.
that's just what I do.
We'll put their name on it. Like we'll give them some promo. I'm here for this. And then we'll get ourselves.
That's what I do. I naturally put things that I love, you know?
Right. And, give Katie a free badge because, this used to be all about the up and comings. And here we are. They can be a part of it unofficially. I did notice some pictures of celebrities that were there too, like that were, posting. And we're designed to interact with strangers. So I feel like this type of an event definitely speaks to the 5-1 and who we are and what we're about. So share just like 3 takeaways from South by Southwest. Like, how is this, tell us about the investment, right? Like what's I know you've got a lot of return on, people that are reaching out to you, but if you had 3 like major aha takeaways, what would they be?
Yeah, 3 takeaways. I think it's just the people I met. Like I met a few different startup companies that, were diverse startup companies. And I was actually at a like startup party at Capital Factory, which is all about startups and they invest in you. But it was just like the buzz of like everybody's walking up to you. What are you doing? What are you working on? And like, let's get together and talk about how we could collab. So it's just like that collaboration. That's the biggest takeaway because I'm like a networker connector. And so my biggest takeaway is like being able to be in front of people or talk to people that you never would have found, maybe not even on social, because I love like networking on social. These people from other different parts of the world. So my biggest takeaway was like just the potential opportunities with collabing. And even if nothing works out, just the idea of like other people want to talk to you and invest in and hear you and want to know like what you're doing and what you're into and how they can support you. So that was like one of my biggest takeaway. And then what else? I mean, they talked a lot about like the metaverse and these innovative, like, this reality, what is it called? Metaverse. Oh my gosh. See me? I don't even know. I'm like metaverse and virtual reality and all this stuff. They talked a lot about that. And I tried to listen, but I kind of glazed over because I'm interested in whatever is happening that's new and up and coming, right? I always want to stay relevant.
Yeah, but we kind of like reality, like our right, like our 5-1 profile. We kind of like living in real life. Our life is pretty great.
I'm like, we got to be in a virtual, fake world, but it's like the up and coming thing. So I always want to stay on trend. So I got to learn a little bit, and I probably couldn't like relay it to you in the way that would, make a lot of sense, but just learning about the new innovative technologies that are happening that, are good to learn. That was another takeaway.
So I love that your first line energy, what the big takeaway was learning and like staying on top of trends. And then 5th line energy was all about the people and being seen, right? Like, walking around with the projection field, we're in our strongest light when we meet someone for the first time.
Yes. And they just adore me and take me in.
They do. They love us.
And heard. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I don't get this from my family and my friends who've known me for many years, like these people.
We've disappointed them.
Exactly. I know, exactly.
So 3rd takeaway, when the 5 and 1, I can't wait to hear what it is. When the 5 and 1 come together, what's your 3rd takeaway?
Oh my gosh, my 3rd takeaway. Oh gosh. 3rd takeaway from being there. I'm kind of lost that one. Those first 2 are like my highlights of everything. You may need to like kind of nudge at me a little bit and see what we can pull out.
Well, I think you pulled out some good stuff. You talked about the collaboration part, but also just meeting people who want to support you. And I feel like those are 2 separate. Like, yeah, the collaboration, they're supporting, but when you were saying people just like, tell me what you're doing, like all of I could feel all my energy in my wide open solar plexus, just be like, oh my God, this sounds so overwhelming. Are you an emotional authority?
Oh gosh, I got the dog too. No, I'm a splenic.
Splenic. Okay. Yeah. So that your instincts, like you're loving it.
Yeah. And it's a minute. And especially when I'm talking to people and I feel seen and heard. Sorry about the dog. Hey.
No, the dog's fine. We can't even hear.
Okay. You can. Okay. But yeah, especially when I feel seen and heard immediately by strangers like that, who are like, what are you doing? What's, how can we support, it's like, yeah, it lights me up. My spleen and my whole body's like full body yes,
Oh,
So
that's amazing. I love that. So
but yeah, I
full
guess that was
body
like my
yes,
third
like getting,
takeaway.
yeah,
I
go
guess
ahead.
that was like the third takeaway is like just kind of like being in this feeling like my whole body was like full body yes the whole time, like, and I think that's all part of like who I am too, of like I felt really good and supported around all these people, even though they're complete strangers. And I really don't know if I'll ever talk to them again or what this will be. But it made me understand and realize that I really am meant for these type of events and these type of gatherings and this type of community, like the community of it, the community of people
Yeah.
together. We're all like on the same, we're all very much like-minded, even though we all are different diversities, different genders, different, you know what I mean, even different, completely different startups, like I said, like that are living in the virtual reality world versus me. I'm more like personal growth and empowering, but there was some kind of common ground. So the community aspect of it was beautiful.
Super cool. So authority and strategy. And what's interesting about that too is like knowing what a full body yes looks like. We're designed to say yes and everything in the middle is a no until it's a full body yes. And
Yeah.
wherever that is in your personal authority. And so now you know the next time that you're like, I kind of want to say yes to this, but it's not a full body yes. I'm going to say no, not right now.
Yeah, exactly.
What
Yeah.
a what great takeaways. So you heard it here, South by Southwest. When 5-1s show up to this event, we bottom line it, simple solutions. I love music. I mean, my clients get theme songs. Maybe they should be a theme song of the indie people that are playing at South by Southwest. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tech, funny enough. So normally I would have seen this and been like, oh, tech. What do I know about that? I hate technology, but I love coaching my engineers. I love people in that space because the more brilliant the mind, like the better the coach I can be, right?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
we create from each other. And so,
Yeah.
you're bringing this, and I think that's why the two of us, like we have such amazing conversations with people is that they're so brilliant and we're great mirrors. And so
Mm,
when we're talking to brilliant people, like we're saying brilliant shit,
yes.
right?
I
Like
didn't know
I,
that would come out of my mouth. Exactly. Same thing. And I know that they're there because they are also there to interact. It's an interactive, festival or gathering. So, and it's nice because most engineers or techie people to me are like, when they see somebody like me who's kind of outgoing and bubbly, we don't normally connect. But in this environment, it allows that. And then it ends up being, yeah, really brilliant conversation. So I love it.
Oh, I love it. All right. Well, I mean, I can't see why South by Southwest is not sold now on us as a collab for doing something fun with the Outstanding Women Leaders podcast there. And you're in Austin, right?
Yeah, I'm in
All
Austin.
right. So Austin, Texas, here we come. I can't wait for next year. I'm definitely down for this.
Okay, let's do it,
And for
Katie.
those of you still listening, you've got to be down to hear the entire podcast with Shannan Hale. So Hale. So head over to her full episode. And give us a follow and a like if you like us here at Outstanding Women Leaders. And Shannan, where can people find you?
Yes, people can find me on the Instagram. I am Shannan Hale. It's actually underscore Shannan Hale. SHANNANHALE. Shannan Hale. So that's the best place to get a hold of me. DM me if you have any questions or any way I can support anybody.
Love it. And the best way to get a hold of me is to text me. And if you don't have my number, you go book a session.